Welcome to tonight's live chat. Today is day 4 of the 4 days consecutive live chat with Lawyer Precious. Who's Lawyer Precious? Me, of course. So welcome, guys. Welcome on board. Today we're going to be finalizing about company. We've actually been talking about registration of company, limited liability, limited partnership, and all of that. Okay, so tonight we're going to look at, we keep hearing company. What exactly is a company? And is it just one company? How many companies do we even have in this country, in this Nigeria? We just see these companies, we don't really know what category that they belong to. So that's what we're going to be looking at tonight on the live chat with Lawyer Precious. Okay, so let's shoot. Good evening, guys. Welcome to live chat with Lawyer Precious. My name is Precious Toju. I am a business lawyer based in Lagos, Nigeria. And what I do, I help startups, companies, investors avoid and solve costly legal mistakes in the daily transaction, and also help to restructure underperforming businesses so that they can be better organized and be more profitable. So I am a business lawyer, I'm a real estate consultant, I'm also a mediation advocate and an insolvency practitioner. Quite a list, right? Hi, Ifa Grace, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining, guys. So I'm going to be as brief as possible, so that from next week we can start the main live chat series. So we've had day 1, day 2, day 3, and today is the last day of the 4 days consecutive live chat. So from next week, we're going to be having our normal Saturday 9 p.m. live chat. So tonight we're going to be talking about the types and legal status of the company. So basically, what we're looking at today is very simple. What are the types of companies that we really have? And what is the legal status of the company? When you say you own a company, what is the legal status of the company? What really is the company all about? And if you are about to register a company, do you have an understanding why you should register a company, and how you should register it? What are the attributes? What are the things that are attributed to owning a company? So who can register a company? Things that you need to register a company. I actually talked about all of these things on the day 2 of this 4 days consecutive live chat. So if you missed out on the day 2, you can check my IGTV. It's there, or you just go to YouTube. My YouTube channel is Precious Toju, boldly written there, and you just search for it and search for it, and you will get to know what you need to register a company, if you are eligible to register a company, and if you want to add other people as directors or shareholders to your company, who are the people that you can or should add, or you can add, because under the law there are certain people that you cannot add, and who are the people that you cannot add as a director or shareholder to in your company. So having said that, let me start with what really is a company. In a nutshell, a company is something that is recognized by the law as an artificial person. So I will be right to say that a company in law is self-existent, and is something that can take decision by itself. And of course we know that every company has the human being, the human capital, the human resources that is running it. But a company, like I said in day 2 of this talk, is that a company is very different from its owner. A company is different, unlike a business name, and we're going to expatiate more on what is a business name and a company, and what are the major differences between a business name and a company, and when should you register a business name instead of a company, or when should you register a company instead of a business name. We're going to be having that webinar this month, the 26th of this month. Last Sunday of the month is always the month for our monthly webinar. So a company, like I was saying, is really different. It's different from its owner. So a company is self-existent. A company can think for itself. A company can take decisions by itself, and a company can also bear the consequences. And so that is why you have in some companies shareholders rising up and going to the court to say they don't want this company to be in existence. We want to close down this company because the company is not remitting, or the company is not accountable, and all of that. So whatever decision is being taken is not taken on the individuals that are running the company, is taken on the company itself. So that is basically the legal status of a company. It has a corporate, it has its own coverage, it is recognized in law as different from you as the owner or the director, because nobody owns the company anyway. Their board of directors, their chairman, and all of that. So, but it is a business that you can say you single-handedly own a company. A business. So a company is an artificial human being. I did state in day 2 that we have 2 types of being. We have the human real being, and we have the artificial human being, or being. So a company is an artificial human being. So a company can think for itself, it can reason for itself, it can sneeze, it can do all of those things that you as a human being do. A company can also give birth. Yes, a company does give birth. When you hear group of company, when you hear holding company, you hear subsidiary of this, those are the offsprings of a company. So when you have a group of company, you will definitely have other subsidiaries that came out of it, or you have a holding company that acts as a parent of other subsidiaries. So a company can actually give birth. Yes. So if you were working towards opening another company, but in similar name, similar identity, but probably a different registration, you're giving birth. The first company that you open, it has given birth to this other company. It's all about structure. It's all about management. It's all about how you're able to manage your company. Okay, so having said that, what are the types of company? I know that you may have been seeing a lot of things. For all of you that likes to go to Google School of Law, or Google Law School, you just go to, you search these things, and you may have seen, you will see different types of company. You will get like 7 types of company. You get like 10 types of company. The truth is, we just have 3 basic types of company. Just 3 types of company. Now you have others that comes out from it, but basically we have the private company, we have the public company, and we have company that is limited by guarantee. Those are the major 3 types of companies that we have, and it's not just in Nigeria, it's not just in our jurisdiction, in even other jurisdiction. Majorly, we have 3 types of company. So let me take that again. We have majorly 3 types of company. We have a private company. We have a public company, and then we have company that is limited by guarantee. So it's called company limited by guarantee. So you have a private company that you see it that is privately owned. You have a public company that is publicly owned. You have a company limited by guarantee that is owned or run or managed by the guarantors. But the thing there is that a private company can either be limited or unlimited. A public company can be either limited or unlimited. And a company limited by guarantee can also be either limited or unlimited. So you can see that basically we have, when you want to categorize them, when you want to actually, state it the facts the way it is, we have just three major types of company: private company, public company, and company limited by guarantee. So, as the name implies, a private company is a company that is owned by a minimum of one person to whatever number that they want to have. But the beautiful part of it is that the major difference between a private company and a public company is that a private company is not listed in the stock market. Is not listed in the stock market. By stock market, I mean you cannot list your private company to say, come and buy shares in my company. Or we have a project of 100 million, and then you now want to sell your shares to the public. You're not calling on the public to come and subscribe to your shares. You know the way we see First Bank advertise, First Bank shares is available, Dangote shares is available, all those big companies that you all know. Now, a private company cannot do that. Now, if you check the stock market, if you check the list, you will see the list of companies that are listed in stock markets. Okay, so you will see companies that are listed, and the reason they are listed is because they are public companies that are being publicized. They have to even be listed there so that they can trade freely, so that they can attract public investors, so they can attract foreign investors as well. Okay, so the reason it's a public company is because it is publicly I don't want to use the word is publicly publicized. It's publicized. They can trade freely in the stock exchange markets. They can call the public. They can advertise that they want that they are selling 100 million naira shares, and probably that one of the share one nominal the share power one is 100 naira. So you could decide to buy 10 shares. That will be 10 times 100. That will be 10,000 naira. You can decide that is if you are in Nigeria or you want to buy in Nigeria, and you can decide to buy 100,000 shares. They can only do this. They can only do this because they are public company. They go to the stock exchange markets and trade freely with the public. But a private company, as the name implies, is private. It cannot be listed in the stock markets. It cannot call the public to say, we have a project of 100 million. Come and invest, buy shares. By the time you buy 1 naira share or 100 naira share, in the next 3 months, your 1 naira share, your 100 naira share will increase to 150. So it means that you have made 50 naira while they use your 100 naira to trade, to do other business that will bring better income for them and you as well. So a private company does not have that privilege. A private company does not enjoy that right. However, a private company can actually source for shareholders through what we call private placements. Now, that is a topic for another day. Hey, Bagbe Gal, you're welcome on board. Okay, so, like I said earlier, basically, forget what you find on Google or forget what you search and you get online. In Nigeria and anywhere in the world, we basically have, when it comes to company, not partnership now. Yesterday I talked about partnership itself, limited liability, and partnership and limited partnership. Now today I'm talking about company. We have just 3 major types of company: private company, public company, company limited by guarantee. Unfortunately, I don't have a certificate that I've shown you. They all look the same. They're all the same. It's just that the names that are being called upon registration. So, like I said earlier, a private company can either be limited or unlimited. A public company can either be limited or unlimited. And a company limited by guarantee can either be public or limited. Now, if a private company is limited, it simply means that whatever shares that the subscribers subscribe to at the point of registering the business, or at the point that they came into the company as a shareholder or share subscriber, that is the amount of liability that they owe to that company if something goes wrong. So let me break it down. I know I'm speaking grammar. Somebody wrote on my YouTube channel that if I can try to break down some of this my English so that people can understand. So let me break it down. Now, a lot of people do not understand what share capital is. Every company has share capital, especially private company and public company. Now, company limited by guarantee does not have what is called share capital. I'm still coming to that. So let's say you want to register your company and you decide that, okay, you want to make your share capital 2 million. Now, what people do not understand is that by law, that 2 million, it's not expected that you have it. It's not that you should not have it, but it's not expected that you must have it at the point of registration. What is expected in law and by the policies of registration or the policies of incorporating your company is that at the time that you were registering, we need to see names that says, out of this 2 million that you have said your share capital is, Mr. A, is taking 500,000 naira. Mr. B is taking 500,000 naira. Mr. Lagbaja is taking 400,000 naira. And another person is taking 600,000 naira. And the names and the details of these people must be in what we call memorandum and articles of association, which is, one word, the law, the policies of your company. So what the law is simply saying, and what CAC is simply saying, is that at the point that you're registering, we need to see people that are saying, oh, we are subscribing into this company and we want to be responsible for this amount. So if you are a share subscriber and you are a share subscriber in a private limited company, so I'm just talking about private now, I'll go to public. If you are a share subscriber in a private limited company and you decide to subscribe for 500,000 naira shares with the company, it means that if that company has been running business and they are low in cash and they collected money from people to execute a particular project and the project went wrong, it went gaga, so to say. Now, what this means is that if this company is indebted to some creditors, some people that has given them money, you that subscribe to 500,000 naira, you must bring out that 500,000 naira. So the law says shareholders that have paid that money or have agreed to pay. So it's either you have paid that money or you agree to pay it. But you must identify and be specific the amount that you want to subscribe. So it's not only when the company is low on cash. It could also be that when the company wants to execute a particular project and they need to draw out funds. I remember one time a client contacted me and said the company had 2 million naira share capital, and they wanted to go into e-commerce business, okay, like Jumia, Konga, Gigi. So, but they had a very beautiful concept that warranted so much money. So I advised them to increase the share capital from 2 million to 10 million naira and source for share subscribers that will, subscribe for that money and bring it. So that is what I call private placement. You send letters to people, you talk to your uncle, you talk to a friend, you talk to someone that loves to, invest and support people's business, and say, you tell the person, this is your goal, this is your target, this is your business proposal, come and invest. Some people actually, state the amount the minimum amount that you can go. Some people will say you can only invest minimum of 200,000, 300,000 and subscribe to 200, 300,000 naira. And So they increased the share capital, and they were able to get people to subscribe to that, what we call private placement, and and those people were able to produce that money for for that project, and they were able to do the website, because it's a whole lot of money to do a large scale of website like that, and also engage marketers, PR companies, branding companies to publicize them and all of that. So when you are a share subscriber to a private limited liability company, like the name implies, limited liability, whatever you had contributed or you promised to contribute will be what you will be liable for. And it is private because they are not listed in the stock exchange markets. They are not allowed to publicize their shares. They are not allowed to call the public to subscribe to their shares. So, but an unlimited private liability company is beyond what you have agreed to subscribe to. If the company goes down and the company is indebted and the creditors decide to get a court order to wind up the company. Now, next week I'm going to be talking about corporate restructuring, mega acquisition, winding up insolvency. So, because we need to understand this concept. So, when that happens, your personal belongings, your personal property can go in for it. So, let's say the company is owing 100 million naira to different creditors. I need us to understand that creditors are different from share subscribers or shareholders. Creditors are different. Creditors are external people. Shareholders are more of part of the company. But creditors are mostly investors. They want to just invest. They're not interested in subscribing to your shares. They want to invest and make more money. And when it comes to liquidation and winding up, creditors that are the different types of creditors that have collateral, protected creditors top the list. They are the ones to get their money first when the company is closing down. So let's say a company is owing 100 million naira, and you as a share subscriber, you subscribe to 10 million naira share capital, and so the company now says, oh, you need to bring what you had subscribed for. So you pay your 10 million, and other share subscribers pay their money, and they just discover that the money sums up to like 40 million. Now, if it is a private unlimited liability company, by the time the company exhausts the 40 million, the creditors can come after you as an individual to take your property, to take your car, of course with a court order, take your car, take your house, probably see your whatever it is that you own privately in your name. One of these days, I'm going to do a live section on when and why you should purchase property in the name of your company or business, because these are the things that entrepreneurs don't really know or look out for. But anything that you own in your name personally, if you belong to a private, if you are a subscriber or a member of an unlimited liability company that is private, the creditors can come after your personal belonging until they get all the money. All the belonging is at risk. So there's a higher risk when you register an unlimited liability company. But the beautiful part of it is that people appreciate, creditors and investors and sponsors of projects appreciate dealing with unlimited liability company than dealing with limited liability company. Of course, it's for obvious reasons. You don't get paid the money, they come after your personal belonging. However, the irony of this is that unlimited liability company is very few because everybody wants to protect whatever it is that they have suffered to get. So that's that for private company, whether limited or unlimited. So we move to a public company. A public company has its own characteristics, but in a nutshell, a public company is mostly for the public. and there are criteria. There are certain things that you must have before you can actually register. Before you can actually register a public public company, whether limited or unlimited. However, you can actually, as your business grow, convert your private company to a public company, but you must meet up with the criteria that the CAC and the law has set in place. So a public company can either be private, can either be limited or unlimited. So just like a private company, when you cannot pay your debtors, your creditors, they will come after your private or personal belonging. And a public company can actually publicize, advertise. They can advertise in the newspaper, advertise. We see these adverts everywhere. You watch TV, you see this bank or this company, this group of company that are advertising for the shares. They say, come and buy our shares. That is basically what a public company is, and that is how they raise their funds. Now you have company limited by guarantee. Now I need to talk about this. Now a company limited by guarantee is either involved in charity or communal services, or it is an academic body. Now, a private company and public company have what we call share capital. That is why you can subscribe to it. But a company limited by guarantee have what is called guarantors. That is why it is called guarantee. Then shareholders, share subscribers. So the name speaks for itself. A company limited by guarantee, which can either be public or private, does not have share capital. However, the parties or the guarantors, the members, must at the point of registration state the amount that they are guaranteeing that company. That in the case where you have liabilities or you have expenses, you have projects, these are the amounts that we are going to subscribe. So most institutes are company limited by guarantee. Most academy are company limited by guarantee. Most technical colleges are companies limited by guarantee. You also have, charity organizations. A lot of them are also company limited by guarantee. Now, one advantage of registering a company limited by guarantee is the exemption of tax, because you are allowed to run a business. Yes, that is the major difference between a company limited by guarantee and an incorporated trustee. Because somebody once asked me that, because they're really similar. An NGO, a non-government organization or a non-profit organization, can be registered as an incorporated trustee and at the same time be registered as a company limited by guarantee. The difference is that an incorporated trustee is not business making institution. If you register anything under as an incorporated trustee, it can never be for business purposes. You can never say you are for business. What you will get is sponsorship, funds. You can apply for funds. You can get sponsorship, international, national, or domestic, or from individuals. You can apply for funds. Now that is the major difference. But for a company limited by guarantee, they do similar things as incorporated trustee would do. The difference is that they are allowed to run it as a business. And they are, in as much as they run it as a business, they are exempted from tax because they are not profit focused. They are allowed to run business, but the major aim is not to focus on making money or making profit like a business a business name and style, partnership, or a company. And they are not allowed to distribute whatever profit that they make. So if at the end of a financial year, a company limited by guarantee makes 10 million naira, probably the guarantors gave them 5 million, 1 million, 1.5, 1.5, 1 million. Okay? So that is 5 million, maybe from 4 guarantors. And at the end of the year, they make up to 10 million. Now, the extra 5 million is their profit, right? Is the turnover. Probably, let's also say, plus or minus, they have 3 million naira as their turnover. So, plus or minus 3 million naira turnover, apart from expenses, running the place, they can have employees and pay the employees. So let's say at the end of an accounting financial year, they make 3 million naira. Now, if it is a private company, of course, you hear, or public company, you hear things like bonus. We all hear these things. We hear things like bonus. Oh, the general manager is getting a bonus. The director is getting a bonus. Some C-suite staffs are getting bonus, or some staff, get bonus at the end of the year. That is profit sharing. Anything bonus is profit sharing. Aside salary, you get bonus for the year. You get bonus for Christmas. You get bonus for Easter, for Salah. Those are profit sharing. It is not allowed under company limited by guarantee. You cannot do that. The only thing you can do is to pay the staff that are working with you. Even the guarantors cannot be paid. They cannot, under the law. Yes, in practice, of course, we know that these things happen in real life, but legally, they are not to be paid. And so, it's actually a grant that they can be sued for. The public can sue them for it. Alright, so I hope we got that explanation. A company limited by guarantee, yes, can run a business, no, cannot share its profit. The profit is redirected back into the main objective, whether it's communal, charitable, or academic purpose of setting up that company limited by guarantee. So, in a wrap, a company, the legal status of the company is basically that they are an artificial persons that is different from their owners. They can be, responsible as a company, and the individual, the owners, excluded from it. So they have a corporate coverage. They have legal protection. They can be sued, and they can sue and be sued for. They have perpetual succession. In other words, perpetual succession simply means that whether a director dies or goes mad, insane, or had an accident and has a spinal cord issue and cannot function, irrespective, the company will still exist without that director. Okay, so that's the legal status of a company. Now, the major types of a company, like I said, are 3: private, public, guarantee. A private company, a public company, and a company limited by guarantee. And all these 3 companies can either be limited or unlimited. It's that simple, guys. So I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. If you have a comment, you can drop it in the comment section. Watch out for my new episodes every Tuesday for business and legal structure. And every Monday for business and legal structure. Tuesday, I talk about property. Wednesday, I give you some legal business sense. Thursday, I talk about landlord and tenancy palaver. And Friday, we just have fun. Saturday, we come here live for us to, have a live chat. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for joining me. If you have any question, drop in the comment section. But if you want to have a one-on-one section with me, you want to discuss your legal issues, you want to ask me specific questions that is subject to your own matter, you will have to book a consultation section, and you can click the link in my bio and click on contact me. I will see you guys next week Saturday. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for tuning in, and do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye.